how do you handle disrespect? Disrespect is a typical problem that we all face in our lives, and it can be quite distressing and irritating. But what if we could learn from Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to deal with challenging situations with wisdom and grace? In this video, we will look at 10 practical Stoic concepts that can help us deal with disrespect more effectively. As is customary, I challenge you to be brave and stick with me until the end of the film. Let's get started. 1. Maintain your cool. One of Stoicism's core tenets is that we are disturbed not by what occurs to us, but by how we think about what happens to us. People are bothered not by objects, as Epictetus stated, but by their perception of them. This indicates that disrespect is neither destructive nor objectionable in and of itself. We are wounded or furious because of our interpretation and judgment of it. When someone disrespects you, remember that their actions are the consequence of their own beliefs, feelings, and opinions, not of your genuine worth or value. This might assist you in remaining calm and not allowing their rudeness to damage your emotional state. 2. Think about yourself. Self-reflection and self-examination are also significant aspects of Stoicism. The Stoics held that the quality of our thinking dictates the quality of our lives, and that we should always seek to better ourselves and our deeds. According to Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. When faced with disrespect, it is critical to reflect on yourself and ask yourself questions such as, is what the individual said or did true? Was there anything I did or said that triggered this situation? How can I respond in a way that reflects my values and virtues? You can obtain a better understanding of the event and your own role in it by objectively reflecting on yourself and the situation. Self-reflection is a Stoic method of ensuring that your responses are sensible rather than impulsive. It allows you to learn from your experiences and encourages personal growth and insight. 3. Master the art of pausing. Seneca once stated, "When you are angry, know that it is not only a present evil, but that you have increased a habit." Stoics believe in the value of self-control and logic. They say that impulsive behaviors fueled by strong emotions such as rage or frustration frequently result in bad decisions and avoidable suffering. When confronted with disrespect, the Stoic method advises you to avoid reacting rashly. Instead, pause for a moment to gather your thoughts. This pause offers you the time to regain control of your emotions and reply in a more measured and considered manner. You can better align your response with Stoic concepts of wisdom and self-control by avoiding the need to react instantly. When confronted with disrespect, this attitude frequently leads to more constructive and less emotionally charged interactions. When confronted with disrespect, pausing is a vital Stoic method for maintaining composure and making reasoned judgments, ultimately leading to more positive outcomes and personal progress. 4. Be empathetic. Another famous Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, states, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourself." Stoics believe in humanity's interconnection and that understanding others' motivations and feelings can lead to improved relationships and personal improvement. Skepticism advocates exhibiting empathy when someone demonstrates contempt. Put yourself in the shoes of the other person and try to grasp their point of view. Empathy can assist you in viewing the situation from a different perspective and recognizing that the person's disrespect may not be personal or intentional. Their own worries, phobias, or ignorance could be at the root of the problem. Empathy can also help you feel sympathy for the individual, which can help you minimize your negative feelings toward them. You can avoid taking the person's comments or behavior personally if you empathize with them and reply in a more courteous and dignified manner. Empathy allows you to grasp the other person's point of view, feelings, and intentions. You can respond with love and respect instead of becoming angry or defensive. In this manner, you can avoid escalation while maintaining your dignity. The Stoic principles of wisdom, compassion, and self-improvement are also reflected in empathy. It allows you to learn from difficult events and evolve as a person. You can deal with disrespect in a more positive and helpful way if you practice empathy. Before I go any further, consider yourself an exception for making it this far into the video. Now that you've demonstrated your strength, let's see if you can make it to the end of the film. 5. Emphasize virtue. One of the major concepts of Stoicism is the development of virtues such as wisdom and courage. These are the characteristics that enable us to live well and act correctly. Seneca, a well-known Stoic philosopher, stated that virtue is nothing more than correct reasoning. This suggests that being virtuous is synonymous with being sensible and in accordance with the natural order of things. Stoics think that virtue is the highest good in life and that all else is secondary. When we experience contempt from others, Stoicism instructs us to respond with virtue. This does not mean we should overlook or condone disrespect, but rather respond in a way that reflects our Stoic ideals and principles. We can resist being affected by our emotions, keep our dignity and integrity, and progress as people by focusing on virtue. Even in challenging conditions, Stoicism challenges us to be the best version of ourselves. 6. Accept acceptance. One of the most important precepts of Stoicism is to tolerate things over which we have no control, such as disregard for others. Epictetus observed, "He is a wise man who does not lament what he lacks but rejoices in what he has." This means we should be appreciative of what we have rather than concerned about what we lack. Stoicism also teaches us to discern between what is and is not under our control, a concept known as the Stoic dichotomy of control. We can only manage our own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, not the actions of others. As a result, when we encounter disrespect, we must not allow it to disrupt our inner calm. Instead, we should accept it as a fact of life and concentrate on how we may better ourselves and our situation. We can prevent unnecessary wrath, aggravation, and resentment by treating disrespect with suspicion. We can also evolve as humans as a result of this experience. This enables us to deal with disrespect rationally and calmly. 7. Make use of humor. A little humor can go a long way. You have conquered yourself, according to the ancient philosopher Seneca, when you know how to deal with what you should not take seriously. Stoicism teaches us to regulate our emotions and act rationally, but it also acknowledges the importance of humor in dealing with difficult situations. When someone disrespects us, humor can help us maintain our emotional equilibrium and prevent being overly upset or annoyed. Instead of allowing our emotions to take over, we can answer with a humorous comment or a fun joke. Of course, comedy should not be used inappropriately or excessively, but it may be a useful Stoic approach for dealing with disrespect in a more positive and peaceful manner. 8. Establish firm boundaries. Stoicism does not entail being a doormat. It all comes down to being a rock, a solid rock in the face of contempt and injustice, a rock that understands its importance and insists that others respect it, a rock that can control what it can and can't control what it can't. You don't have to take someone's disrespect lying down. You don't even have to lash out in rage. You have the ability to be both calm and aggressive. You can explain what they did wrong and how you expect them to treat you in the future. You have the ability to establish clear and acceptable boundaries that protect your dignity and self-respect. Stoicism instructs us to be like this. It teaches us to be brave, just, and strong. It instills in us the value of respecting oneself and others. It teaches us to preserve both our inner and outer dignity in every scenario. 9. Select forgiveness. Consider how someone might treat you. What is your reaction? Do you react angrily, or are you willing to let it go? Stoicism, an old philosophy, has some wisdom to impart. According to the Stoics, forgiveness is a gift to yourself rather than a favor to another person. The key to inner calm and happiness is forgiveness. However, forgiveness is not simple. It does not imply forgetting or overlooking what occurred. It entails deciding to let go of unpleasant feelings that are harming you more than anyone else. According to the Stoics, we should forgive everyone, but not indiscriminately. We must forgive with wisdom, compassion, and justice. Stoicism encourages us to concentrate on what we can control while letting go of what we cannot. We have no control over how people behave, but we do have control over how we respond. We have the option of forgiving and releasing ourselves from the load of wrath and resentment. We can choose to move forward with inner calm and tranquility. That is what Stoicism implies when it talks about forgiveness. It's a strength, not a weakness. It is a victory, not a surrender. It is not a sacrifice. but rather a reward. The ultimate act of self-care and personal growth is forgiveness. 10. Adjust your viewpoint. The ability to observe things from a larger and more objective perspective is referred to as perspective. When someone disrespects you, it helps you avoid overreacting or taking things personally. Instead, it teaches you that disrespect isn't such a huge problem in the broad scheme of things. Our existence, as the Stoic ruler Marcus Aurelius put it, is what our thoughts make it. When you look at things from a different angle, you can realize that most examples of disrespect are trivial and fleeting. They have no bearing on your true worth or pleasure. You can also understand that disrespect is frequently a reflection of the other person's ignorance, insecurity, or weakness, rather than your own. Instead of allowing it to annoy you, you can choose to ignore it, forgive it, or learn from it. Perspective also assists you in focusing on what is truly important in life, your objectives, values, and virtues. You can devote your energy and attention to what is good and meaningful for you, rather than bitterness or revenge. You will be able to live a more fulfilling and serene life as a result. So, the next time you encounter disrespect, keep perspective in mind. It will assist you in remaining calm and acting properly. Always remember that Stoicism is about controlling your emotions rather than suppressing them. When confronted with rudeness and unpleasant behavior, you can remain cool and strong by using these 10 principles. Please give us a thumbs up to help us reach more individuals looking for old wisdom. If you're new here, subscribe and click the notification button for more ancient wisdom courses. Thank you for viewing, and we hope to see you again in our next video.